Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Haas Talks. I know I've been off for a little bit, but I figured, you know what better way to get back into the swing of things than having the Shane Stewart on the show. Shane, we're not talking to you as a racetrack owner or promoter today. We're going to talk to you about Shane Stewart, the race car driver. You just made your 20th consecutive Knoxville Nationals. What a week.
That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't even realize that I'd made that many in a row until some people had told me, and we had to earn that spot the hard way. Had a little issue. As soon as I took the green flag on Thursday on my qualifying night, I had a big dirt clod come up and break the number, or the very first spark plug on the right-hand side of the motor, which we didn't know. I thought it was a nozzle line, so I pulled in. We checked all them, and it was good. So then I thought, well, it's an internal issue inside the engine. We rolled back to the trailer and then saw that it broke the spark plug. And then Parker Price Miller goes out on the next restart and crashes. And honestly, we'd probably had enough time to change the whole engine if we wanted to. But since we rolled back to the trailer, we got a big DNF, right, which killed our points. Didn't qualify that great, which was
really surprising.
Yeah, because normally I qualify really good with Bernie's cars.
Yeah, you cost me $5 on that one, by the way. I appreciate that. Actually, I think Darren Pittman made me $5 on that one.
So it's a wash.
Yeah, it's a wash.
But so then, the last, I'm not sure when they started the Hard Knocks night on Friday, but, thank goodness for that, because that race used to be a non-qualifiers race. If you won that event, I think the best you could start is in the middle of the C main. But now they lock 4 in out of that feature to the back of the A main for Saturday, and we just maintained. Honestly, I wasn't that great Saturday. We did find a little bit of speed on Friday. Felt really good. I started 11th and was able to get up to second for a split minute and ended up third. And then Saturday, the track was just really odd this year too. Not your typical Knoxville Nationals track on for Saturday. It was looked like it started taking a little bit of rubber and at the end of the B main, and so they went and reworked the track, and we literally was flat out for 25 laps around the bottom, the first segment, and nobody passed. Like I moved out of line to get around a guy in front of me that was somewhat holding me up, and I got passed by 2 cars on the bottom. So we just got back in line and just literally rode around there. And then the second portion of it ended up taking a little bit of rubber on the bottom. So that was a little frustrating, but ended up 14th. It was we had a good week. I mean, I was going to be pretty disappointed in myself and my guys if we didn't make the A main, and felt like we were very capable of doing that. So we succeeded at that, and I passed a few cars Saturday and stayed out of all the wrecks and rolled it in the trailer and had a good week.
You back up a few weeks before that, going into that, you went to I70 Run with the All-Stars. And going into that trip, that was your first race in more than 10 months. We get there and we're looking at the track and we're like, whoa, dude, this thing's pretty big, and it kind of fits the Shane Stewart driving style, like what Shane Stewart likes. You go out, you qualify good, you run good in the heat race, you win the dash thanks to Nixon's good draw there, and then you lead 28 of 30 laps and just get past there, with 2 to go. Walk us through that thought process of coming back after 10 months and being able to run and be so consistent right out of the gate.
Well, a lot of that's just due to Bernie's cars. I mean, they're just a well-built car, and we raced enough together last year that he knew, kind of what I like and what I like to feel in a race car. And, that race was a little easier than Knoxville. It was a fast place. It's a high bank joint. And, there you just kind of lean your car against a cushion and ripped around there. And there wasn't too much technicality to that night. The biggest thing with me is I was getting tired, which I don't ever get tired in a race car. But my last race was in September, and obviously my mind and everything has switched over to Port City and running this place. And I don't really miss racing, and I haven't missed racing. I miss the people and the competitive side of it more than anything. But I felt like I needed to get a few laps under my belt before we went to Knoxville, and that race worked out really well for our schedule. It was in the middle of the week, and it was in Kansas City, so it was somewhat manageable to do. And thankful for that because I felt like we learned a few things there. We were able to run the Capitani Classic Sunday at Knoxville, and I learned a ton there too. And just getting acclimated back in the seat and getting your breathing done, your breathing right, and because that's what it boils down to is just your breathing is the most important thing. And I'm not out of shape, but I'm not in racing shape, and there's just a huge difference. And I was feeling it that night at I70. It was hot, and we had a couple of reds, and I was dying. I'm like, dude, we need to just keep rolling, keep moving. But honestly, disappointing that we led that many laps and weren't able to seal the deal. Brian was just a lot better than I was at the end of that race around the bottom of the track, and he's hired Danny Lazowski, and since Danny's come into his team, he's really been really fast. So we lost a better car that night, but I told myself driving down there, I felt like if we were able to run top 5 with those guys, it was going to be a solid night.
So going into the Knoxville Nationals, like you said, you got to run the Cappy. You ran that Monday there, the Front Row Challenge. Did that kind of set you up and getting you into the rhythm and being able to knock the rust off and getting back into the rhythm of the breathing part of it? Because you've preached that for a long time, talking to us, just while we sit around and shooting the breeze. That breathing has a lot to do with it, and that's what you want to try and teach some of these younger drivers is that you need to remember your breathing patterns and just breathe.
Yeah. Honestly, I would suggest a breathing coach to any race car driver. More so, the gym is important. There's no doubt being in shape, especially now, is very important. But breathing is everything because if you forget to breathe, your mind goes, and as soon as your mind goes, your head gets tired, your arms get tired, your feet get tired, and everything gets tired. So that's the biggest thing is getting back. I've always been a big advocate of working out where I raced. I worked out all winter long. I did it from when I started racing to the year that I quit. But when we go to Volusia is a really high-speed half mile, and I'm always winded. That first night. But after that, once you get your breathing down and everything kind of becomes second nature after that. And those couple races that we were able to do before our qualifying night definitely helped me. Oskaloosa was really wet this year, which isn't normal. It's normally dry, and that place had a ton of speed that night, and which was good. I was getting tired there too, but it was good to build up my stamina for leading into the Nationals.
As a race car driver, you're focusing on your breathing and everything else. Is there ever a time where you're like thinking about like a song or like are you like rhythm
sometimes
is a dancing?
I'm like, come on, giddy up, like come on, let's go. No, no, and that's the thing. Like so go back to the whole breathing thing. It has to be second nature. You can't think about it,
right?
Because if you think about it, it's too late. You're
right.
already tired. But no, I don't know. I don't know if I think about music or anything.
Nothing like that.
No, I probably should.
So
though.
we talk about you as a race car driver. While you're at Knoxville, you're still a promoter. You're still a racetrack owner, and you're looking at different things, and you're getting to talk to some people because that's just a big melting pot for promoters and owners from across the country come to watch that event. Did you get a chance to chat with anybody? Did you have any new ideas of things that you're wanting to try and do here at Port City for 2022 that you can lead into like letting us know? Because I tried and asked you the other day and you're like, oh, we'll talk about it next year. But
yeah,
I kind of want some heads up, bro.
Yeah, no, I honestly didn't really think a whole lot about Port City. Obviously we've been having a few tire issues. And that was one of the things that was on my mind throughout the week is trying to figure out what the best situation is for our local guys. So we end up opening the tire roll-up for this weekend and maybe next, but we'll see how the tire shortage goes. But I was able to sit down and chit-chat with Neil at Hoosier and get some things and learned a few things about how our tires work and when we should check them and heat things, and so that was really cool. And like you said, it is a hotbed of places that a lot of the promoters go, and you can always learn something from the crew at Knoxville. Always, they are the cream of the crop at everything they do. Everything from track prep all the way up to the cleaning crew there. They all do a great job, just like we do here. And one of the things that we pride ourselves on here at Port City is having a clean venue, and they have a very clean venue. And A lot of the tracks that we go to don't. You know, the bathrooms aren't clean and the food's not that great, but we have all that here. So as I was driving around on our scooter and our golf cart, and I always look at things, and it's probably things that doesn't really matter to the normal person, but I try to pay attention to certain things that they do there, and I feel like we're right in line with Knoxville on certain things, and that made me feel good.
So you're working towards making this more of a mecca. It's already pretty popular and a pretty cool place. You're almost through your first season. Did you think you'd make it this far?
I wasn't worried about it, honestly.
If we talk to Jen would be another. That's the story we need to ask. We need to get Jen in.
The problem with Jen is she gets yelled at before I do, and so she's learning to deal with that a little bit. The thing is as you get used to certain things happening, you get numb to more and more things, and you learn how to approach things a certain way. And I've gotten fired up a few times this year and walked away from that situation and thought, I got to work on that a little bit better. I can't get mad or upset about things that really sometimes aren't in my hands or in my control. So, but it's just learning the process of, this is totally different to us, as a family. We got so acclimated to doing the same things. We'd go up and down the road together. I would go drive, and she would take care of the T-shirt trailer, and we'd meet at the end of the night and gather our stuff up and go to the next racetrack. And now it's just a totally different. It's a different culture, and we're learning it. I feel like we're doing a pretty good job. There's definitely things that we need to continue to improve on.
I'd give you a B+.
B+. Well, it's not bad. That's not bad. That's better than a D. That's better than a C. So yeah, there's things that we're going to continue to learn. And I've said it before in other interviews. There's just so much to this place. The engines and learning all that side of it and trying to keep track of all that. And it's just totally different than what I'm used to. And like you said earlier, we've got some things that we're working on for next year to try to get some big races back here, and we're working on some sponsorship stuff, and I'm excited about the future. I think we're just going to keep making this place nicer as we go, and like you said, it's already nice, but we're just going to continue to put our little footprints here and there, and this place is going to be it's going to be around for a long time, and we're excited to be here. We're excited about the learning, the process. Kenny and I are getting really good with the racetrack, and that's been encouraging. And I don't dig little Chinamen out of the track now with the grader, and at least not too bad anyway. But that side of it's been really fun to learn, and we're learning how to be plumbers and work on this and work on that, and so it's been fun to learn all that too.
And just so everybody knows, Kenny Bippus is Shane's favorite employee. We'll just go ahead and make that noted. But here's the thing. He always matches. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter who Shane's favorite employee is. I'm Jen's favorite employee, and Jen always wins. Jen always wins. And I think it's a close tie. If you ask the kids, Lane is probably a close tie between both of us.
Yeah.
And Nixon doesn't like either one of us.
No.
So
she can't
it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. So yeah, it works out good for both of us.
All of us.
You're the smart one. You became friends with the real boss.
Yeah. It's a win-win situation. Guys, this has been Shane Stewart. He still has it on track. He's still learning at Port City, and we're looking forward to great things here at Port City Raceway.
Performance Electronics, custom electronic solutions. From design to manufacturing, let us put your ideas in motion and become your company's full-service electronics manufacturing experts. Performance Electronics.